Yo, what's up, everyone? We are back with not an ordinary episode of the podcast, but an episode just filled with fight news. We ain't got no more MMA fights that are meaningful coming up for the rest of the year until the 11th of January. So we got some time to do some videos of some other stuff. But we're always gonna have fight news going on, so we will keep that consistent. Let's go. And we actually got some pretty good fight news to talk about, honestly.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Big fights, big news. Let's go right into all of them. I know I didn't put it in order from the dates, but we'll just go from what's coming up first and then, go to the things furthest away. So the first thing to bring up, this one's big. We did hear some stuff of that it was rumored to be in the works, but still a little, I guess I'm not too surprised that we ended up getting it. But the first fight to talk about, we got some fights for February 1st, Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Main event. It's got to be the main event.
It is the main event.
Israel Adesanya, former middleweight champ, taking his first fight at middleweight. That's a non-title fight in quite some years at this point.
Yes.
And he is taking on rising up-and-comer Frenchman Nasruddin Imavov. How you guys feel about us actually getting this as a main event for a fight night as well?
I mean, I think it should be a main event, It's like someone like Nasruddin, it's always good to get those 5-round experience. He had it with Jared. But, just the more experience that you can build up getting 5 rounds.
Too, I believe, as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
But either way, the more that you can build up, the better it is, especially if you are working your way up the division and potentially going to be a title contender if you win this fight. You know what I mean? Not potentially. He absolutely should be. Yeah. But, I think that's good. It's also on the road. It's in Saudi, so I'm not surprised that they put a big fight like this for a Saudi main event. It's not like this is the Apex or, so makes perfect sense in that aspect. Izzy, though, I get it. He is only 35 years old. It's 185 pounds, and this is his first non-title fight. This is the first time that he's not fighting literally the best of the best, because it's either the person deserving of a title shot or him fighting for the title,
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where, he's been losing these fights, and it's like he wants to get his title back. Where else is he going to go? It's time to start fighting these new contenders. It's a new fight, and I don't know how it's going to go, though. You think Nasruddin can get the wrestling off with him?
I'm not sure about that. It is interesting from a striking standpoint, because Nasruddin does throw a lot of kicks, do a lot on the feet, so it is going to be very interesting in that aspect. With Izzy, that was the kind of thing. I wasn't shocked that this was a main event and that they were throwing this as a main event, because Izzy, I don't ever see really going back into co-main event, unless it's one of those UFC 300 type deals where it's one of an international fight week or something. So if he wanted to fight in the first 2 quarters of the year, it was going to be a main event in some type of fight night. I'm glad it's in the one in Saudi. It makes sense. This is a really just interesting fight. And like you said, it's not like he's fighting the person who's with Nasruddin, he's coming off that controversial win with Jared Cannonier. He needs this fight. Well, he's coming off his win against Brendan Allen, but controversial win over Jared Cannonier. Not the greatest fight. Didn't have the greatest showing against Brendan Allen. So this makes perfect sense for him to be fighting someone like Israel Adesanya, especially coming up. It's literally, you beat Izzy, you're going to get a title shot.
Yeah, I just don't know if he's going to beat him, if I'm going to be honest. That's why I asked about the wrestling, I don't think his wrestling is good enough to get off on him. Izzy obviously has great takedown defense. That's been his thing. It's his record doesn't look great when you look at his last 5 being 2-3, but his losses to Alex Pereira, Sean Strickland, Dricus du Plessis. All champs.
Yep.
Sean Strickland, that one was obviously just a crazy fight. Nobody expected it, but Sean just has that weird style, I guess. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where it just, what happened. But Dricus is just who he is. You know what I mean? I don't think that Nasruddin brings anything that is person specific to him that's gonna give Izzy a problem. Where Sean has that awkward style where it's he can either get it done or it's gonna be a close fight, and Dricus is just a goddamn cartoon character that does doofy shit, and for some reason it works. You know what I mean? I just don't think that Imavov has that X factor to him that could break through, you know?
I agree, because it's like I do definitely like think that Izzy has obviously lost a step since his prime form, but it's like you said, Dricus and Sean have styles that are just always going to give Izzy problems, no matter how many times he fights them. I don't think that he can get it done. You know what I mean? And then it's like with Poatan, I feel like that's not like necessarily the style as much, where it's just like he's a decorated kickboxer just like Izzy. He's fought him many times and he just has his number. He knows how to fight him, he knows what works against him, and he has those factors that can get it done. Obviously, Izzy winning the 4th fight overall with them, but it's like it's just one of those things for him. And it, like you said, Nasruddin, he's just like his nickname, the sniper. He likes to try and just be technical, land good straight shots. He's gonna, he's not the most dynamic, he's not really special anywhere. He's good overall. I feel like Izzy, because it's with the thoughts of like, oh, Izzy might fight Kaio, and then that didn't go through, and now he's fighting Nasruddin. This is such an easier fight for him than Kaio. Like,
100%.
Stop the grappling of Kaio if he goes there. He's more physical and more pressure forward with Kaio, where that could, this is a much better fight for Izzy, and I do think he can easily win a 5-round decision.
Yeah,
possibly get a stoppage if he's really looking to get something big done.
No, I do agree.
I was gonna say, if he goes in there and he's like somewhat closer to like contender Izzy, because like the thing about Izzy is it's so weird to see like his evolution into like this counter striker, always on the back foot, because like contender Izzy was a pressure forward fighter. He was coming forward, he was landing big shots. It's weird to see like the evolution of, if he comes back and he's like more in that range and more doing that, I feel like he'd be able to win this fight. He'd be able to get a finish in this fight.
Yeah, because it's like how the last time we were talking about Colby and how his drop off was significant. Izzy just looks like it's that half step. And like I said, 35 at 185, he's not old. He is still there to, I think, just be able to give Nasruddin a problem and beat him, just stop him in his tracks right there. Like, and I also feel like with being on the losing streak, that might even put that extra like fire under his ass of like, no, I gotta go, I gotta get on the pressure. And someone like Nasruddin, he can like.
Oh yeah, because that's what was something else I was about to bring up, because with Strickland, like, literally fought the champion. Okay, that's one of the best fighters in the world. Then he fights Buckley. Buckley is a physical, explosive fighter. That is not Nasruddin's game. He is not athletic or explosive like that. So that half step isn't going to matter as much in this fight as if it were someone like Kyle Growler, someone who's physical, athletic, explosive, as opposed to Nasruddin, who's a bit more, not plotting, but like, he's definitely more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Where he keeps his range, and he definitely is like not trying to explode forward.
No, yeah. No, I know what you mean. And it's, man. It's just good to just see Izzy back though, main event, for sure. And I do think that this is a good fight for him where he can get it done. Just definitely excited to see how that plays out. And with because I had thought in my head, I forgot for a second, but like with you saying contender Izzy, of just being like, I feel like the thing is he's always been a counter fighter, but when he was on the way up, he would it was one of those things where he was a forward pressure counter fighter, where he's going to be throwing out feints and little things to get his opponents to react for him to capitalize on that. And then as he got towards the higher end and the championship run, you're fighting better guys. So just kind of doing like little things can get you caught. So he was more waiting for them to bring it to him, you know? But he needs to make Nasruddin work, and he has to capitalize on that. And he can definitely get the finish that way, but he could easily win a decision as well.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Well, let's go. Great fight at 185 pounds for the main event. Co-main event, also 185 pounds. Newly minted contender at number 14, I believe, for Shara, but hit the rankings, and he's getting himself top 15 welterweight MVP, moving up to 185 pounds. I don't believe MVP has ever fought at 185. Even to like Bellator or anything. See catch weight at 175, but so I'm pretty sure his first time ever moving up in his career to middleweight.
Potentially.
How do you guys feel about this fight? That's really my biggest question on this.
I think it's interesting. That's for sure. It's hard. They're both strikers in very different ways.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But I feel like MVP's style of striking might work better for him in this fight because he's very in and out, get his shots out and get back and like get out of range. You know what I mean? Shara uses a lot of kicks, so if he doesn't get out enough at range, he could be getting kicked the fuck up for it. But it's like, I don't know, man. I'm very interested in this fight for sure.
I'm very interested.
I don't think we're gonna see any grappling.
No, not unless like it's a knockdown or something and then jumping on top. But I think the biggest thing with it is like because of Shara's kicks, it's gonna be very interesting to see that in and out movement. Because if Shara's able to get him in while he's like actually darting forward, kind of like how Douglas Lima did, get him off balance, that opens up opportunities to throw certain strikes and all that. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens when he is darting in on these kicks, because Shara is going to try and also kick him like to the body, to the head, to the legs, spinning back.
He's got to kick his legs.
He does. And then it's like spinning back kick to the body as he's like darting in. That's going to be powerful as shit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, because it's the 185 for MVP that I'm curious about how he shows up, because it's like, because obviously fighters carrying that extra weight, you never know how they're going to be.
If how much it slows them down.
Yeah, because it's like, he's faster than everyone at 170 pounds. So it's just like the smaller guy moving up, you're going to assume he's going to be much faster than Shara, It's like, honestly, with you saying like, oh, there's going to be no grappling, I think Shara's going to try and clinch him. I feel like we could see a good amount of that, because it's like, he's got to kick his legs on the outside for sure to try and like slow down MVP. And if he's able to like get that effectively going, then it's, like, I feel like he could probably kick him and like compete with him. But it's like Ian Gary, just like a very good striker. It's like he didn't have shit for the speed of MVP. Like, I wonder if he can't kick his legs effectively and he's getting touched up, like if he might try and grab a hold of him in a clinch and just be the bigger, more physical guy.
I mean, he might. It's just because like with Ian Gary, obviously like he's a good striker, but he does have other tools in his belt. Even if it didn't look great in there, he was just able to pull them out to still win the fight.
Yes.
Shara doesn't have much of a clinch game, of a ground game, of any of like just, you know what I mean? Like wrestling, grappling, it's not his thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just interested, because like I know that like physically he's more filled out in the division. He's been there.
Yeah.
It's not like MVP small though. He's an inch taller than him and has a oh my god, what's the mess? Yes, thank you. 6-inch reach advantage over him. It's like
73 for Shara. MVP, long ass arm. That's I
don't know what it is about these 170ers. They be the same size as the 85ers in the sense of like 6'2", 6'3", but their arms just be long as shit. Like the amount of 77 to 79-inch reaches at 170 is wild.
Yeah.
No, that's insane.
So yeah, it's like I like, because I get your point, but that's where I just wonder if he's struggling, like he just might try and like grab a hold of him, knee him to the body, like, you know what I mean? Just make it a grinding fight where he can just impose being the bigger size and the physicality, because I just feel
wonder
like
how much
struggle so bad if MVP's on point.
I just wonder how much of that will actually affect him, because with me assuming that his ground game, clinch game, all of that is simply trash, you have Ian Gary, who he was able to control MVP with it, but he couldn't do shit with it. So you have somebody that's way less skilled, maybe bigger, in weight. How much can he really do, He tries to grab a clinch. I wouldn't be surprised if MVP could turn that shit around or throw some knees himself in there. Like, I don't know. Very interested in the fight.
Yeah, it's so good. So many factors to it that I have no fucking idea how it's going to play out. But it's just one of those things of like, you motherfuckers rank him and then you give him MVP.
Yeah.
Like, he should not be ranked at all. Like, there are so many other guys at 185 where it's like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta put that fight together and have him win for me to believe that he can win against even guys like Andre Muniz, Iron Turtle, RoboCop, like just so many, you know what I mean, guys outside the rankings. It's like, I don't think he beats them. But super good fight. Very excited to see how it plays out. Let's motherfucking go. Saudi Seaman that could end up being one of the better fight night cards of the year, just with how just with the main event and co-main event that's booked.
Hell yeah. They're not going to cancel this one.
Well, there's also Pavlovich and Rosenstruck on the card as well.
Yes, forgot about that as well. Yeah, that's another banger of a fight. So a lot of good fights there. Let's see how it shapes up, and going to be excited.
A lot of former kickboxers.
Yep.
I'm thinking about it.
They want knockouts.
Next one, we got another fight announced for UFC 312 Perth, Australia. Have a lot of good fights on that one as well. This one is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Tom Nolan taking on Slava Claus. All I know is that somebody is getting absolutely knocked out in this fight.
Oh,
yeah. There's no way. Slava Claus still has not been finished, knocked out before. His first finish loss, a Darce choke by Chase Hooper after Chase Hooper really put it on him.
Jesus Christ, the stats on that fight were insane.
Yeah, so it's like, I wonder.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, did go to a decision with Alex Reyes in the last one, which was very unexpected.
Yeah. It's just, I know Tom Nolan only has the one loss. I know it's only one KO loss. Nicholas Moda, obviously, he's kill or be killed, so there's no shame in it. But just the way you watch him get touched up and noticeably hurt in the fights is where it's like, yeah, he has this knockout power. Slava Claus ain't never been finished. Maybe he could get it done. But Slava Claus is also very dangerous. And with Tom being a bit chinny, even if he's just hurt, I think Slava Claus is going to be the one to actually try to capitalize it and be like, oh, you're hurt, let me run forward. Like,
and I definitely can see that happening where he, like, even if he doesn't like run forward, just like getting like those kicks off, getting the hooks off, like just in close. I feel like Slava Claus is going to knock out Tom Nolan.
Yeah, because it's like Chase did drop him with that fucking wild overhand, you know? It's like obviously did sub him. It's like Tom Nolan, 6'3" and 73-inch reach, 4 inches taller, 4-inch reach advantage. Like,
that's true.
I'm not so sure that it's like Slava's knocking him out. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
that's true.
Yeah. It might be like 55-45 Slava, you know, but it's like, bro, this is close and this is going to be good. I would not be surprised if Tom Nolan was the first one to knock out Slava.
That's true.
It could happen, I guess, yeah. Also, it's weird, like, that's one of the few times where you have the taller fighter with shorter arms, but still has a reach advantage.
Yeah, 6'3", 73-inch reach.
Yeah, because that's 6'1" reach, wingspan.
Yeah.
That's like interesting.
But yeah, so it's great fight. Can't wait to see how that plays out. Let's fucking go. Next one, a fight February 10th in the Apex. Very, very surprised to see that this was the booking the UFC went with. I very much like it from my boy Jared Cannonier because he, you know, been on a rough little run just the last two fights, but he's taken on RoboCop, man. And to go from Christian Leroy Duncan to Jared Cannonier for RoboCop.
Yep.
Early thoughts, how you guys feeling about this one?
Oh my god, this is like this is one where it's like I could see a knockout happening as well, just because like they're both just heavy hitters. Like God, the fucking striking exchange are gonna be insane in this one because both of them are willing to both go forward and just swing.
Yeah, RoboCop's taller, 6'3" to Jared Cannonier's 5'11", but Jared with a 2.5-inch reach advantage. I think Jared obviously is the much more experienced fighter at the higher level. I think he's going to be the more technical striker in there.
Oh, yeah.
But RoboCop's just he just puts it on people sometimes, and it's just fucking nasty. And
and also it's like I know he looks Jared's age of 40 years old, but he's only 32. You know, it's like he is right in his prime, and he has been doing good. It's like his 2 losses in the UFC, the split decision to Armin Petrosian, and then he got that beautiful countered left from Bruno Ferreira.
Yeah.
It's like, unless Jared catches him clean like that, I'm just always worried about when his age is going to catch up to him, you know?
Yeah.
The damage, all the fights, just everything. It's like, I know RoboCop has not fought nearly the same level of where Jared has been at.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just one of those things of Jared just, I don't know, declining, you know?
No, yeah.
And RoboCop on the way up, it's like, I don't know, you know?
No, yeah, because it's hard because even with Jared being on the 2-fight losing streak, it's like he lost to Nasruddin, which is like he was losing that fight, but it was the early stoppage. It's like Nasruddin probably was going to cruise to a decision in all likely honest. And then the decision loss to Kaya was much worse for him, much more clear, really got beat up in that one. Still got fight of the night for it, so obviously was still competitive enough. And it's like, yeah, with him being 40 years old, it's like these are the new generation of like the top tier talent, you know? So it's like having rough, close fights with them, it's like, okay, it's understandable. Like, yeah, you're 40 years old. But that's where it's like, I don't know how far of a step down he's really taken, you know? And it's like, it's just such a big step up for RoboCop where it's like, I'm not sure if he can get it done. But oh my god, man, I don't want to see Jared get fucked up, and I don't want to see fucking RoboCop get fucked up by Jared either. Because if RoboCop just goes out there putting on fucking just standing tall as hell, looking to land some 1-2-3s, and fucking Jared just ducks and lands a right hand, he's unconscious. It's like, yeah, that's what you're putting one of the best guys in the world who's fought fucking so many champs and former champs and Sean Strickland and Robert Whittaker and Izzy. You know what I mean? It's like, of course that was gonna happen. Like this dude just fought Christian Leroy Duncan. Like, what are we doing
exactly.
Here?
If anything, like, it's like this is where, even though like he doesn't deserve to be moved up that fast. Like Shara should have been fighting someone like Jared Cannonier just because at least he's in the rankings. But also, I wouldn't mind that if he were to lose that fight because.
No, I get it, but yeah, man, it's such an interesting fight. Definitely, it's hard. Like, I love both of them. I'll definitely be rooting for Jared, though. I don't want to see him take 3 in a row now at 185 pounds.
Yeah.
But it's like, and just saying, like, even the former champs, like, you know, at 185 that he fought Jan Blachowicz, Glover Teixeira, you know, at 205, like, he's been in there with some of the best. And really hope that he can get it done. But for being as shocked as we were for that fight announcement and be like, okay, this doesn't really make sense.
Yo, this one blew my mind.
This one straight up is disrespectful.
Because how you go from fighting for the interim title to fighting somebody making their UFC debut?
Like, straight disrespect. That's all I can think for this fight.
Yeah, Curtis Blades, as you mentioned, just fought Tom Aspinall for the interim title. Very deserving of that interim title shot as well.
Yes.
Taking on Rizvan Kuniev. He got a win on Contender Series first round finish over an 8-1 guy, which, you know, all right. Just has a no contest with Renan Ferreira. He did get a decision win over him, so that is solid. You know, that definitely shows something.
But
he did test positive for the entire fucking book.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, he got that decision, but also it got overturned because he tested positive for everything.
4 different anabolic steroids he popped for. And that's just what they call it. If you're getting caught for 4 different anabolic steroids, what the fuck else are you on? You know what I mean? Which it's one of those things where it's like, I don't really mind that too much in all reality, especially in PFL. Who gives a fuck? But yeah, man, it's like, I know you're saying that it's disrespectful for Curtis Blades to obviously give him a nobody, but in my head, it's like, this is also kind of been the Curtis Blades route of you lose a big fight, you beat a couple people that you should beat, and then you get back into a big fight. You know what I mean? So it's like, this dude has barely any experience, you know, that's meaningful. Yo, Curtis should run through him. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
But, like, why couldn't we give him, like, Sergey Spivak? Why couldn't we give him, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Spivak's fighting Almeida.
No, that's true. But you know what I mean, though. Hell, even some of the guys at the bottom of the fucking division.
Like Waldo.
Waldo. Mick Parkin, I know he's fighting later, but...
Yeah.
Hell, even Shamil. Fuck it.
I get it, but, like, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, we need new people, you know what I mean? Like, in there, and it's like, with Waldo and Mick, I feel like they're kind of the guys where it's like, they're not that exciting, but they're solid. So I feel like you have to kind of build them up so they can actually develop the skills to be able to compete at the top. But it's like, Shamil, he got his fucking random step up, and Jairzinho got shut down easily. There's no reason.
No,
it's like,
I get
it's
that.
Heavyweight. We see all the, like, same, you know, fights all over again. Yeah. So it's like, that's where, fuck it, debuting guy, like, let's see if he can... Because then if he goes out there, beats Curtis, he just fought for the interim title. You gotta give him a big fight now. It's like, we could fucking end up with him versus fucking Volkov or fucking Cyril Gane or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
No, I get that. But it's like, that's kind of my point, is like, you know, these two aren't, like, exciting fighters, but they're solid. But it's like, everyone else looking at this card, like, who the fuck is Rizvan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's at least they've like maybe heard of Waldo or Mick. Like, you know what I mean? They've seen him. He was on the he was on that card after they like look him up or whatever. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
I get it. It's I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, I definitely get what you mean. It's the certain divisions at certain times. I really don't mind it where it's just like, do something that doesn't make sense because you need to get something going. So it's like if everyone in the top 10 have already fought each other, basically, then it's like if you want someone to do something, give them a 3-fight winning streak of people outside or like trying to go up because it's, you know what I mean? And then at least you can get some time in between another rematch, you know?
No, yeah, I get that. It just is one of those things where it is like,
I get it.
They could have given.
It's fucking wild, man. I was not expecting it. Like, I definitely get where it's just like, okay, like Curtis is gonna be the guy to fight the fucking debuter. You know, like I do get that where it's like, I'm sure, like, they could have given him Spivak and they could have done here, Giles, you fight a debuting guy and see
exactly.
if
like
you can do something. You know, I get that, but I just hope Curtis. I hope we get just vintage Curtis Blades. Goes out there, puts some good jabs on him, gets him all fucking like, oh shit, like, you know, this is tough. Blast double leg, Curtis takes him down easy, center of the cage, and then just rips him to shreds with the elbows on top. Like, that would be beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
Let's go. I know a whole lot of people don't care about Curtis, but I'm really a big fan of him. I like him.
I like him. I don't get the problem.
It's because was the grappler of the division for so long, so it's like, he's just trying to take people down, and it's like there are the occasional times where it's not as exciting or whatever, then it's like, and then I feel like because he has the stutter, you know, it's just like people hear him talking, they're just like, oh, I don't want, you know, it's so just one of those things. Complained about fighter pay when before he really has done as much as he's done now, you know, so people are like, get the fuck out of here, you've been knocked out 3 times, who are you to complain about fighter pay? It's like, okay, all the good stuff. But let's go. Next round of fights, all for March 22nd in London. Very much hoping we can get hopefully a Leon Edwards main event fight announcement for that soon. That would be very nice.
Yes.
But we got some good ones. Starting it off, Molly Meatball McCann is back, and she's taking on quite possibly her greatest rival to date, 0-4 UFC fighter Estella Nunes. How do you guys feel about this clear, easy setup win that they're trying to give Molly in London?
Poor Estella, but I love it for Molly.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know. People get unnecessary hate just because, you know, maybe they're not the best fighters. But it's like, she's always fun. It's not like she's ever in a boring fight. It's always fun to watch. She has a great personality. I fucking love Molly. You know what I mean? So if she needs an easy step up for her to get a win, I'm down.
I mean, it's fine. It just, his fight, having her fight someone who's 0-4 in the UFC. Most of the time, people who are 0-4 aren't getting a 5th fight.
Well, I think it's
Daniel Lacerda, you know what I mean?
I was gonna say, I wonder if, you know, they kind of gave her another chance on that because her last loss was a 34-second in the first round dislocation of the elbow. Victoria Dudakova picked her up and she posted her arm slipped. There you go. So I wonder if that's why. And she's been finished for real in 2 out of those 3 real losses. So also it's one of those things where it's like, you might be bad, but you're losing excitedly. So we'll keep you around for fun. Like,
it makes so much sense. Like Molly Meatball, like, you know, being from the area and everything, the only fighter with 2 spinning back elbow finishes in a row in UFC history. And you got a fighter that's down to fight her that's not like hasn't won in the UFC and has basically been finished in every fight. It's perfect, you know. Like it's like set up fight, whatever. But
it's like she's 6-5. She's only lost 1 decision. That being from Sam Hughes, but she has been ground and pounded. She's been subbed. Angela Lee subbed her. Like
spinning back elbow finish for fucking Molly Meatball in London. Let's fucking go, man.
Yeah, dog.
That would be the greatest scenario.
Yes.
This next one, Omar C is back, and he's getting a top 15 opponent in Alonzo Menafield. It's just forever and ever. I'll always just think about that Carlos Oberg fight now for Alonso. You know what I mean? He did it to himself.
Yes.
It's just will live there forever. He did come back to get finished by Azamat in the second round after that. Do you think Omar Sy is going to be able to go out there, probably get a takedown and get the finish on the ground?
That's entirely possible. I could see it happening. Like, especially if Alonso like does something like I can see it coming off of like a high kick or something. Like he just times a high kick, grabs a single or whatever, catches it, topples him over, and then just being out because Alonso is a big strong guy in there. So
yes,
a straight up power double. I don't know if he gets it, but like any of these other things, catching the body kick, catching a leg kick, whatever. I can see him tripping him out and getting something done on the ground.
Yeah, Alonso also 37 years old now.
Yeah.
The last time he lost back-to-back fights, he did come out with a first-round Von Flue choke. That'd be, imagine he fucking pulls a Von Flue choke. That'd be
amazing.
He just goes out there, shoots a blast double. Omar Sy just jumps on the ghillie, and he's just like easy money.
What's gonna be fun is like because of Jacoby's win, it might turn out Alonso gets fucking dumped out of the top 15 because they keep always doing that where Alonso and Jacoby keep just flipping back and forth between 15 unranked, 15 unranked, 15 unranked.
The record of the guy Umar Sy fought last, Damwon Jung.
Yeah.
His record was 15-5-1. Mm-hmm. Alonso's record 15-5-1.
That's true. So Omar Sy by unanimous decision win.
Well, no, that's what he did the last time, so now it's going to be different.
Yeah, now it's going to be toe hold.
Well, because he got the RNC in the first fight, he got the decision in this one, so now it's either going to be a split decision or he's knocking him out.
Majority draw.
No.
But yeah, that should definitely be a very good fight. Just explosive. I'm excited to see how that goes.
Split draw.
Yeah. Alonso's already had a majority draw in the UFC.
Yep.
Damn, I didn't realize that. Umar's a lot bigger than him too. Alonso 6 foot, 76-inch reach. Umar 6'4" with an 83-inch reach.
Damn, I did not.
I knew Umar was big as hell. I just did.
I knew he was big and long, so that's why I was like, let me check this actual because I don't know where Alonso's at, and that's
I don't know why that was not a thing that I just immediately my brain remembered from watching him fight. That that's a big motherfucker. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Umar's getting it done.
Yeah, he's got this. Let's go.
Yep.
So yeah, very good fight there. Super excited. This next one though, I'm very happy to see the return of former champ Polish power Jan Blachowicz fighting in London, taking on up and coming Carlos Oberg.
Another guy that almost 2 years that it's been since he's fought.
Yep.
July of 23.
Yeah, last fight losing the split decision to Poatan, current champ. He's just always been in there with the best of them, always putting on good performances. Just with his losses, losing to Glover, that was definitely just the most shit the bed, you know what I mean? But then it's losing to Poatan by split. Other than that, hasn't lost since 2019, just fighting the best of the best. He is 41 years old now, and by the time he fights, he will be 42. Do you think that is if Oberg is able to go out there and get it done, do you think that's probably just going to be the biggest factor of Jan too old, past his prime, too far? And
hell yeah, it's like I said, almost 2 years since his last fight, and 42 years old. That's definitely going to be a factor.
100%. I do think it'll probably be time for Blachowicz to retire. I kind of thought that after the last one, maybe I was okay, maybe one more and we'll see what happens, but yeah, I don't know.
Because, with Oberg, it's we were laughing at the Alonso one and we were like, we have no idea where he's at.
Yep.
But he got a very solid win over Volkan Oezdemir.
Yes.
He proved that he belongs in the top 10, that he is a real contender in the division,
Yep.
So I feel like with him just being a solid younger guy and with Jan's layoff, that it's even if Carlos still would have beat him, say 2 years ago, I just think that it'll make it a bit clearer now just because of, ring rust, age, all of that.
Yeah. No, that's definitely fair. Jan, not the best grappler, but he can grapple very solidly. I wonder if that'll be the path for him to be able to get it done, because I wouldn't be surprised if Oberg is able to win, but I don't know if he can win spectacularly. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no.
So like Jan's just a tough fight for anyone. If he's able to get it done like in a really good way, then it's like, okay, you might actually really be like a contender for the title and like the top of this division.
No, yeah.
Like shit, even fucking Poatan took him to a split. It's like
yeah, let's go. Can't wait to see how that one plays out. Last one for London. We got Marcin Tybura back, taking on up and coming, undefeated Mick Parkin. I know you guys absolutely hate Mick, but
okay, that's a strong way to put it.
Yeah.
Every time I bring him up, you guys always are talking shit. You guys are never on the same page with me. It's
because it's your boy.
Yeah, like I'm not a fan of him, but to say that I absolutely hate him is crazy.
Well, me saying that it's the over exaggerate. You know what I mean? But you don't care about him. You don't want to see him win. You know what I mean? You're preying on his downfall.
Again, dramatic.
Crazy. That's so crazy to say.
Not preying on his downfall. Just don't care to see him fight. I don't see a Mick Parkin fight announcement and go, yeah, I'm excited for this.
No, exactly.
I'm like, okay, scroll.
I'm excited. 10-0, undefeated fighter at heavyweight, 29 years old, one of the younger people in the division. Came in, got 3 unanimous decision wins straight, got his first finish in the last one, $50,000 bonus. He's young, he's getting better. I'm excited to see if he can actually be someone to like come into the top of the division and be a player. And because, yes, he doesn't have the most exciting fights. Obviously, the last one he got the finish over Lucas Bresky. Everybody be finishing Lucas Bresky. So you know what I mean? But it's just it's just one of those things where, yeah, he's not the most exciting, but I can just clearly see that he has skills and he's a solid fighter in the division. So with like heavyweight being so lacking of talent and guys that can actually move up into it, I just want to see him get better and actually be able to win and move into the division.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, well I have to mention this because I just noticed this and it's really fucking funny.
What?
Up until the Contender Series, well, okay, no. So every knockout he has, other than Lucas Bresky, was over people with unwinning records.
Yes.
6-9, 50-50, 7-7, 2-3, 2-17, 1-10. Like that's why he has 6 knockouts on his record.
And he got decision wins over Jamal Pogues, 10-3, Kyle Machado, 8-1-1, Muhammad Usman, 10-2.
Kyle Machado does not move me at all. Like that win does not move me. I'm sorry.
Muhammad Usman, 10-2.
Dude, look.
Yeah, it's just like they're just not impressive. That's all.
I know.
He doesn't. They're not spectacular looking. So that's all. No. It's just they're not fun.
But he's solid.
And they're solid. And the thing is, I do agree with you. He does have skills. He does have the wrestling. He does have the clinch work. His striking is all right. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's pretty average for the heavyweight division. And with all that being said, he's got really good skills. I can easily see Tybura winning in 1.
Yeah. Yeah. You're probably right. You're probably right. But listen, I just want to see a new player in the division. I hope he can get it done. Yeah. But I do think that Marcin Tybura can probably pull him into a fun fight for as long as it lasts.
Tybura in fun fight is something that also usually is not said. He has had some
all ending and finish. You know
he
what I mean?
has had some. I'm not like disagreeing with that. It's just
hasn't
funny
because
February
23.
Most of the time when people talk about Tybura, that fun and fight are not in the same sentence usually.
It's because people don't know what they're watching and they put them in bad matchups. You know what I mean?
I mean, so fair.
This is a good matchup.
No, yeah.
Well, let's go. I really, bro, I'm gonna be so sad if Mick fucking loses it, bro. I'm gonna. Oh, that'll just every fucking person that comes up. Just it doesn't matter who you fucking put them against. It doesn't matter if it's fucking Derek Lewis or fucking Marcin Tybura or fucking Blagoy when he was around or fucking DeLima, fuck anyone, they fucking just lose, man. It's
because,
like, god damn it.
If they do things like this, it's like, yeah, you're on a. Well, I mean, it's heavyweight. I guess there's nothing else for them to do. It's like you either fight people that are not good, and then you get put in the top 15. Like, I don't know. He's 10-0. He's young, but it's like his 4 wins: Jamal Pokes, Kyle Machado, Usman, Bretsky. Like, they're no one great, you know.
Yeah.
But then to give him number 8 Ty Burrow right away, that's where it's like, yo, dog.
I know.
Yeah.
You couldn't have gone to Marcos de Lima, like even Ty Tuivasa. You know what I mean? Like, number 8, they just want to stop people in their tracks.
No, for real.
If he can get it done, good for him. But
it do feel like that sometimes, where they're just giving you too much of a test too soon, and it's like, dog, I'm in fucking English 101. Why are you giving me a master's class in physics right now? Test.
Yeah, I guess it really is just one of those things with like a lot of heavyweights. You just gotta kind of wait till you're like 36, 37, and then you've been knocked out like 5 times in your career for you to start like putting things together and actually, you know, like getting decent enough skills that you can beat people consistently sometimes, you know.
Is that how it works?
Well, let's go heavyweight division. Sometimes a fun time, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Last fight announcement. I guess I messed up on the order for this one, but March 8th, also in the Apex, I believe, Amanda Lemos. Huh?
313.
Is it 313?
Oh no, this is lying to me. I don't know why it said UFC 313 on it, but then it says Vegas.
Oh, it could be Vegas. So.
It's March 8th. Any which way.
Either way, March 8th, Amanda Lemos taking on Yasmin Lucindo, 115 pounds. How you guys feeling about this one heading into it? Do you think Lucindo can get it done and actually remain a player at the top?
I mean, it's possible.
It is possible. Rough.
Yes.
It is rough.
Amanda Lemos is 37 years old. You know, she's getting older, but it's like she beat Mackenzie Dern this year, lost to Virna this year. Virna is on a great streak. She's doing really good. Her last 3 losses: Jessica Andrade, Zhang Weili, and Virna. You know what I mean? Just top level great fighters. Lucindo easily getting it done over KK. Got the split decision over Marina Rodriguez. You know, so that was a good step up for her and good to get it done.
Yes.
But I'm just like, is a split decision over Marina good enough to, and have you improved enough in this time to get it done over Lemos, you know? And has Lemos dropped off enough at all to, you know?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Because it's like because Lemos, I feel like I mean, like, she's definitely going to try and just put big shots on her, but I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to test, like, the grappling, you know? And so it's, like, the best grappler that Lucindo has fought is Polyana Viana, which, you know, just more of that submission threat, not really the best overall grappler. Because from Amanda Lemos and, like, going into that fight from Marina Rodriguez, it's, like, incredibly different style matchups and just how they fight. 22 years old. It's just one of those things where I really hope that she can get it done. And it's like, if she is able to beat Amanda Lemos, 22 years old, she might end up being the fucking face of this division for years to come. Like, I'm very interested to see how this is able to play out.
I'm sure it'll be a really fun fight, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, it should be.
Because it's like, even just being 22 years old, Yasmin Lucindo is 17-5. You know what I mean? Like, just had a good amount of fights to her resume. 8 wins by knockout, 3 wins by sub, 6 by decision. So more often than not, she's beating her opponents by finish. Man, I'm very excited to see.
And same with Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
8 knockouts, 3 subs, 3 decisions.
Such a good fight. Just another great fight at the top of this division. Number 7 for Lucindo heading in. Number 5 ring for Lemos. Let's fucking go, man.
Oh yeah.
Those are all of the fights that have been announced at this point for us to talk about that are meaningful. Let's see what else gets announced before the end of the year. And
2025 shaping up real nicely.
Oh yeah.
And
got Dana White saying that fucking they got something cooking crazy for 2025. So let's see what that could end up potentially being. Saying 100% chance that Jones and Tommy Aspinall are gonna fight.
We'll see.
Who knows?
100. 100% chance.
Often does Dana say that? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, it's like he'd be lying, but he also don't be saying things like that because he know he'd be lying. Like,
wasn't Connor supposed to 100% be fighting last year?
Connor injury isn't something you can foresee. It was made official. It was, you know what I mean? So at that point, Dana did hold up his part of the bargain of it's 100% booked. That was Connor.
Yep.
No, I agree, but that's why I'm like, I know he's saying like, besides for unforeseen circumstances, like it should be Tom versus John this year, but it's like, there's going to be unforeseen fucking circumstances. It's John fucking Jones.
Very true. Very true. We'll see how all that plays out, though. I hope everyone enjoyed this one. If you did, like and subscribe, and we will catch you on whatever next video we decide to drop. Peace out, everyone.